going here before we continue. Alright, good. Now from this point on, PTS is active. You do not hit your microphone and speak out of turn unless you do /y PTS, comma, sir. That's right, you will address me as sir because I'm a warrant officer. And if I feel like it, I will recognize you. I will probably grant it because you guys are, new and listed and probably have a lot of questions. But there's a lot you need to learn. You'll just learn by example, okay? You'll learn by watching and doing. Alright, we are opening this up to the first phase of basic combat training. This is red phase. This is going to just teach you how to act as an enlisted around the base. So first, let me start by by the way, Sergeant, you've already completed basic combat training. There's no reason for you to be here. You'll be dismissed. You don't have to look so sad about this. It's not meant to be fun. Go out there and kill some terrorists for me. Alright, first I'm going to be inspecting your uniform. Okay, let's start with you. Sexton. Okay, U.S. Army, that's right. What is your rank, Cole Sexton? Hey,
PV2?
Private, I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir, can you hear me?
Why does your uniform say PVT? Yes, I heard you. The first thing I heard you say was, can you hear me?
Sir, I said PV2.
Yeah, right now your rank is, at least in your RP name, is PVT, okay? You should change it to PV2, which means you have to reset everything by typing /name US Army PV2 Cole Sexton and watch the capitalization. Alright, let's check this next one. U.S. Army PV2 Nathan Ball. Okay, that looks alright. What is your current role, Nathan Ball?
Specialist.
It's a little unusual, okay? You've got a gas mask on and no one else has one of those. It's a little unstandard, but I think it's technically in regulations, so I'll allow it. Alright, let's see. U.S. Army PFC trip. Tell me, Private, what were you doing when you got promoted from PV2 to PFC?
I was standing in line. 3 feet to the right.
Okay, but what did they promote you for? Were you doing a mission, or did they just think you looked good enough to be private first class?
A Kashim occupation.
Oh, that's an excellent answer. Oh, I love taking Kashim from those terrorist scum. Okay, and Cole Sexton has got his uniform on properly. Alright, this time I'd like all of you to give me a left face. Okay, now you're going to forward march, and to march by default, you hold down Alt, so it's a walk. You're not going to run. I want you guys to line up in a single row on that wall. March. Trip, if you need to do a left face or do a 90 degrees to face the officer that ordered you to front face, you can go over your left shoulder. Alright, I need to check your ability to salute so that you can render proper customs and courtesies. Alright, Private First Class can salute.
Sir, I'm unaware how to do that.
Okay, so they both have the SWEP, which you can buy in the icefuse store, store.icefuse.com. You have to log in using your Steam ID. That is not required for you, though. If you want, instead, you can just use a bind, where you taught how to make a bind like this.
/me. Yeah.
Okay, can you hit a bind that does that quickly? Alright, Private Sexton, I think you just opened your text bar and typed /me salutes. which is going to work for now, but you're going to want to learn how to bind a key. I think I use L for that, to always, anytime I hit L, we'll just bind, say, /me, salutes. Okay, so you all are wearing your uniforms properly, and you know the basics of saluting the best. Saxton, you can work on those two things. Definitely get a bind, and probably look into getting the SWEP. I mean, the SWEP is nice. You just use it like you were firing a weapon. It goes under your number 4 slot. Alright, now when you are called to line up by an officer, you would do that in an orderly fashion. Sometimes if it's in the U.S. briefing room, you'll have 2 columns laid out for you. We recently redid the structure here, so you line up with 2, you line up in regimental formation, so 2 different rows. Okay, so that's a little bit different. If you're asked to line up a wall like this, you'll do like you were doing, shoulder to shoulder, and of course front face means face the performing or the ordering officer. In that case, that would be me, Warrant Officer Turtle Fencer. When you are lined up thusly, we will consider PTS to be active unless specified otherwise. Right now there's just a group of 3, so be a little lax if you needed to ask a question, but I would still prefer you follow the PTS format. That is important because this is the U.S. Army, okay? This is the largest branch that's, fighting the insurgents out there. So if you are part of a mission that's going to involve 8 people, and some of you just start talking out of line, it's going to get really frustrating for your sergeant, your command sergeant major watching over you, or your warrant officer. And so we can't have that. So PTS is active. And if you break PTS, you may be subject to disciplinary action, like doing PT or getting demoted. If you're in formation and you have to go away from your keyboard out of character, just march calmly to the corner of the room. If you do like I'm doing and just face the wall, the officers will know what that means. So that would be the best idea. Do not just stand in formation and go away from your keyboard, because probably you'll be told to do an about face, and it will be obvious that you didn't do it, and you're just standing there for everyone to march around you. Private First Class Trip here probably already knows this part, but attending the after-action report or the debriefing is one of the best ways for you to get promoted. That could be after a raid, a cap point mission, occupation. It doesn't matter. The officers will talk about how it went. They might ask for input from the floor. That includes you if you have feedback on the mission. And then they go on promotions and demotions. Now, I can't tell you how many privates I've seen do decently in the field and then miss out on their promotions because they decided that they had something better to do than come to debrief. So when we call missions in the Army, if we're taking over a point, that's going to be an occupation. Sometimes the insurgents try to enforce their backwards political philosophy on some point in the map. That's called an insurgency. That's their version of the occupation. If you kill someone defending an insurgency, he's not allowed to come back, just like you're not allowed to come back if you die in an occupation. If you're fighting against an insurgency, if you're on the offensive side and you die, you will be subject to the normal New Life Rule, or NLR, which means you may not return to the area for 2 minutes. Does anyone have any questions on those points of conduct around the base? Alright, can I get hear from either of you? Hearing like empty ringtones here. Okay, Ball is shaking his head. What about you, Trip? Any questions about that?
Nope.
Okay, we'll accept no, sir. Alright, we're going to get a little bit separate from each other, so I want to show you guys how to use the frequency radio before we go on. So this time, pull out your frequency radio. Alright, while you have the radio in your hand, left-click open the radio interface. Then double-click the numbers and punch in our frequency. We are going to join each other on frequency 111.111. Alright, if you previously activated your radio, you're going to need to hit Alt and Z to turn the radio back on. Hit 3 lines you see in the upper right hand corner. One should be green, it says radio is enabled. That means you can hear anyone talking that's transmitting on your same frequency. The next line might say radio is muted in red. That means you are not talking on the frequency. And then the third line is the frequency itself. Once you have the radio enabled and are on frequency 111 megahertz, put your radio away and select your keys. What's your PTS, Sexton?
Is there one you can...
I didn't hear all that. I heard you say, is there any way?
Oh, I can tap on one more.
Yeah, but
Hello?
I'm standing right next to you. So hope you weren't... Yeah, hello.
Is there a way you can manually, like, put in the frequency?
Yeah, double-click the numbers.
Wow.
Don't try to grab the slider bar, because the slider bar has
that's what I'm trying to do.
999 options. Just double-click, and then punch the numbers on your keyboard.
What do I double click?
Double-click the numbers.
How do I join the radio?
They're to the right of your...
It's not working.
They're going to be to the right. What's
How
going
do I
on?
join the radio?
Okay, I got it. You said I disabled mine, so I press Alt Z. Enable it.
Yeah, hold down Alt and press Z. That will turn it back on.
Okay, it's enabled now.
Okay, when you think you have it right, put the radio away and select your keys. I'm going to do a radio check for you all. No point in me doing a radio check right now, because
Yes,
I'm
sir.
standing right next to you, okay? Yeah, alright, we're on 111111, okay? And I already started the call and told them about how to march and how to salute, so just demonstrate that you have a salute bind, private, high, pixer. Private, you know how to salute? Alright, you're going to need to bind a key to do say/me salutes like this. Okay, you can just type it in for now, but you better have some kind of salute bind. You can also get the sweat from the store. Okay, and while I'm checking your uniform, I don't know how to read your name, but it does not look like a lore-friendly name. Okay, so you need to change that in some way. What kind of name do you usually use?
It says... No, my under said...
Say that again, Private.
says hyper.
Okay, why is there an X where there should be an E, and why is the P capitalized? Okay, I'm not having any kind of leap speak in my army, okay? Look at the guys next to you. They have names that can call out on the battlefield.
It looks cool. And I'll change it. Put in the bind for me.
Private, we're not going to wait around for you much longer. Okay, if you look to your left, you'll see 3 soldiers that are more ready than you are to be trained. Okay, they showed up to their training on time, their uniforms were relatively fine, and they already knew how to salute. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to Your name still is a mess of leet speak and X's. Okay, this is absolutely unacceptable. Get that fixed right away. Alright, everyone stand fast. We're going to do a radio check. Make sure it says radio is enabled and you're on 111-111.
I'm not talking 111-111.
Radio, I want you to crouch now. Okay, you 3 that were here initially, you can stand back. Alright, Hyper, you're dismissed from this training. Go read the material in the OOC lounge or the training room. Okay, that's what happens if you don't show up prepared. Okay, he's not even ready for the most basic combat training. Alright, gentlemen, those of you still participating, we are going to show you how to run a lap around barracks. When we do this, it is always going to be counterclockwise. So you're going to go to my left, your right. When you run around, make sure you avoid that door so that you don't teleport outside the barracks or get stuck by people coming in. When you approach the stage, guide around it. It's not that big a problem, not that there's a wall there, but if there was a slant there, and if you were in another barrack, you do not run on stage. Remember, that stage is just for officers. Alright, you may sprint 1 barracks lap now, and then return to this point. Go. Alright, gentlemen, that was a good base lap. Let's follow me. We're going to walk and talk. I'm going to talk over the radio.
Okay, I'm gonna give everyone a great deal right here. Everyone here, I'm gonna give you the deal of a lifetime. Who wants to join base ops? Everyone will get a full rank transfer. You must be out of your damn mind.
Was me.
Alright, everyone on me. Okay, remember, that was a executive officer, so you have to salute higher up officers like that. Oh no, wait, that was
Who the hell
warrant
shot
officer.
me?
Sorry, he's the executive officer of 13th, but he's a warrant officer.
Yeah.
Warrant officer Cows, please excuse me, we're in the middle of training, okay? I'm showing these gentlemen around the base and getting them ready for combat.
No, I'm fine with that, but whoever just shot me is like fucked. Who just shot
Definitely wasn't me.
You know, I haven't explained to them the Brotherhood code yet. Okay, they're just in basic training.
No. Listen. Once after they pass basic training and once they get their whitelist to U.S. Army, they should know about Brotherhood code. Okay, so you shouldn't be training now if they're. Shh. They shouldn't be whitelisted if they haven't been properly trained yet. Okay?
You're gonna have to take that up with the trainer system, not with me, sir.
The damn trainer
no say in
system.
it.
The damn. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I
Yeah,
was a
I'm not a
TR
TR,
for a
I'm
very,
actually-
very long time. Okay, and this is the way it worked. They
Can I talk to you real quick?
recruits,
Cherry.
we train them. Okay.
No,
Sir,
This
why
is
are
not
you a
how it
trainer
works. You
anymore?
don't get them whitelisted, and you don't. Then you train. That's not. This isn't how. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
That
everyone
boy
on my
angry.
radio
Somebody should shoot him again. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
unrelated to that was unrelated to our BCTs. Officers go into that one, and the buffer zone. Okay, the area between base and the arrest on site zone. Okay, you need permission to leave the U.S. base if you're going to go there. And if you're granted permission to leave the base, you pass through the buffer zone in a organized and expeditious fashion. Okay. Like you loitering there. We are coming up on another door, and so remember.
My only question: are you a trainer?
No, sir. I'm training.
How about
in the
could you
US
just
Army,
leave him
but I'm
alone?
not part of the
No.
recruitment server.
Have they been
Yeah,
trained
leave 'em alone,
before
dude.
as recruits?
Be an extra trainer.
I
Be like
think
commanders,
they had
all
to
of
have been because they were.
Okay, that was.
I mean, yeah. Look, they have. I don't understand.
As an
what
asshole,
you
sir. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh no! I have an
No,
admin with me, Mr.
PT, he's got PT. He's good. He's got PT.
Yeah,
They got PT. They got
Well,
PT.
yeah,
They got
okay.
PT. Don't shoot.
Do not shoot him!
If
Who
they have
is you
PT, then
shooting?
they should not be running.
We
with
literally have PT.
All right.
They're not! We're trying to find the flipping person who granted the...
Okay, you know what? We're not. My trainees. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, base operations is on that. We're going to continue out of this wall to the HQ building. Okay. Trip went through first.
Brown, 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 brown. Brown, brown, brown.
I'm
us
asking,
out.
okay,
Yes.
I'm requesting crew. My trainees come over here to the corner, to the couches and the coffee table. Okay, we need to ask for permission to be excused for our training.
Cough. That boy's dumb. This guy doesn't come after us again. He doesn't like us very much. I can tell.
You empathy. Do you know where Antoine is? I want to get trained. Or if you can.
Hey, there's too much activity going on here. Those of you
To
part
get
of my
trained to get
training.
whitelisted.
Whoa, we're under fire.
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, get ready.
Hey, we're under fire! We're under fire!
Wait, hurry on. Ready. Get on deck.